All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank you all so much for coming over, man. Got this video here that says Prince's sister knew about Diddy's truth, warned us before death. I'm confused. Wait, did his sister passed away? Did I know that? Man, this information be just, it's so much out there, y'all. So she's saying she warned us about Diddy? We gonna see. We ain't wasting no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Require the cooperation of Prince's sister Tika Nelson and several half-siblings.
Do you kind of find it odd that Prince's sister Tika Nelson said that her brother's death wasn't hard at all, yet we have fans who have not even moved on from his death? Well, apparently, the reason why Tika said the death didn't hit hard was because Prince had prepared her for about 2 years for his death. And allegedly, this preparation included disclosing many of the things Prince had learned about the industry and dark truths about people like Diddy. So what exactly did Tika say before she died about what Prince told her? Was she also aware of Diddy's dark truth? Okay, I'm sure by now y'all are aware that Prince's only full sibling, Tika, passed on, and the news was shared in a post on her Facebook page, which quoted lyrics from Prince's song, All the Critics Love You in New York. The family also released a statement with regards to her death, saying, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, author, Tika Nelson, Prince's sister, died Monday, November 4th at North Memorial Hospital in Robbinsdale. She is survived by her 2 sons, Sir and President, and 5 grandchildren. In addition, the family statement remembered Tika as the daughter of Maddie and John Nelson, adding that she was best known as Prince's sister and worked to keep his legacy alive with his fans, attending fan and industry events. They also said that services would be private, and in lieu of flowers, the family asked everyone to take care of one another. Yes, Tika was mostly known as Prince's sister, but she was also a singer like her famous brother, and she released 4 albums, the most recent of which debuted in 2011. She actually released 4 albums between 1988 and 2001 and was scheduled to hold her retirement and farewell concert last June, but
I want to hear them. I want to hear those songs because we know what a great artist Prince was. Had they ever did anything together? I don't know if they're going to say in this video, but if you guys can comment below, please and thank you.
became ill and the concert took place without her. Well, according to various sources, before she died, Tika had some comments she made about Diddy being evil, and her comments were allegedly based on some of the things her brother told her before he died. Now, I know that some of y'all have always imagined that Prince and Tika were never close, but contrary to what y'all may think, they were actually pretty close. In fact, back in 2018, Tika said that she and her brother were very close growing up, and he was kind of told by her parents that he would have to take care of her. So wherever he went, she had to go too. She also shared that Prince helped save her life by getting her into rehab when she was struggling with substance misuse.
Save your life and getting you into rehab.
Yes, he did. I had a long time kind of battling those things, and after my father passed, it got really bad. And so I called up Big Bruh to help. He said, okay, when and where.
Reportedly, these two were so close that when Prince realized that it was almost the end of the road for him, he started preparing Tika for his death. And according to what she said, Prince prepared her for 2 years. Actually, while speaking to the Minnesota Star-Tribune about retiring from performing and working on a memoir, Tika also recalled the last conversation she had with her brother 4 days before his death, saying, "He kept avoiding questions. I kept getting mad. I felt like, talk to me for 2 seconds. He changed the subject, make a joke, and then we'd both laugh. A couple of times I said, how are you really? He didn't go into anything with me. That was bothering me. And he knew it, but that was all he wanted to tell me." See, the thing is, Prince knew the elites were coming for him, and shortly before his death, he even posted a picture of himself which also contained a since-deleted message, "Just when you thought you were safe." Then, during his final appearance at a party at Paisley Park, just after his reported treatment and days before his death, Prince reportedly told attendees, "Wait a few days before you waste any prayers." And just like he had predicted, Prince died at age 57 after being found unresponsive at his estate in Minnesota. At the time, health officials determined Prince died of an accidental fentanyl OD after unknowingly taking counterfeit Vitican laced with highly potent synthetic opioid. But we know now that there were a lot of questions that people had and still have, and his health was actually the first thing that didn't make sense at all. Famously, clean-living Prince died of a painkiller OD. The circumstances of his death are still a mystery today. And allegedly, Tika told people that she knew the elites were probably involved in having Prince unalived. And this is where I'm coming from. We know that Prince
I hate when they say that and then they don't show the clip of her saying it. So I got to go do some double investigating now. But I wish there was a clip. I mean, there's still time left in the video. But I'm wondering if that's what she really said.
Was signed to Warner Music in 1977 when he was just 18. And even though the album he released between 1978 and 1981 did not do that well, he was kept on the label, as he was regarded as a musician that reflected well on Warner, which at the time was a company that appeared to invest long-term in serious talent. In 1982, 1 year after MTV launched, Prince released more music, and he went top 10 in the US for the first time, and became a part of a new breed of musicians who understood the power of the music video as a way to market an artist and build their own iconography and mythology. At this point, fans were copying his look, and by 1984, with the release of Purple Rain, he became the king of pop. Eventually, after pretty much stamping his mark in the industry, Prince also set up his own label, Paisley Park Records, which was partly funded by Warner, which also handled its distribution. But it was only a matter of time before the elites started doing him dirty, and soon Prince started realizing that he was getting less than he deserved, and so he started fighting for his rights. In fact, in the build-up to the release of the Gold Experience, Prince and Warner were at loggerheads over both money and his music. So he decided to take the battle public by appearing with the word slave written on the side of his face. His argument was that he was signed to Warner, and they, as a result, owned and controlled his name as well as any music released under that name. He also dramatically changed his name to that of a symbol and was referred to as Symbol, Squiggle, or the artist formerly known as Prince. Unsurprisingly, Warner still frustrated Prince to the point where, in 1999, in a Paper Mag interview, Prince even spoke about leaving the company, saying, "I wanted to buy my masters back from Warner Brothers. They said no way, so I'm going to re-record them, all of them. Now you will have two catalogs with pretty much exactly the same music, except mine will be better, and you can either give your money to WB, the big company, or to NPG. You choose." Then he started speaking a lot about how the labels controlled him and other artists in many other interviews, and at award shows, and so on.
Well, it's not your game. You didn't make the rules, so everything comes hard. And as long as you're signed to a contract, you're going to take a minority share of the winnings. A select few of us will do well, the majority will not. So as a people, we'll be considered a minority. But stop. Let's take a moment and look at yourselves. There's nothing minor about you. You are a blessed people. You're the most talented on earth, and you are still grateful. That is why upon winning in their game, you always thank God. Tonight I would like to ask one favor of you. Imagine what we'll all be like in our own game. Peace and love for one another.
Now, this same Warner Brothers that Prince was fighting was the one Diddy was in bed with, and Diddy
Now, hold on. Let me see something here.
even inked a joint venture deal that gave the record company a 50% stake in Diddy's Bad Boy Records label. Under the deal, Warner would market and handle digital and physical distribution of Bad Boy's catalog releases worldwide, and the label's roster of current and former artists included Mace, Mario Winans, Notorious B.I.G., and P. Diddy himself. While speaking about the deal, Diddy even said, "There have been a lot of boutique record labels that come and go, and we're still here. This has ensured for the next couple of years that we have the right financial backing, the right financial structure, the right partners to remain a force in the music industry." We've already seen how Diddy treated his artists and how he was getting exposed for misusing them and not giving them what they were worth. This is exactly what Prince was against, and it was speaking about things like this that landed him in trouble. So if he had issues with Warner treating artists like trash, best believe he also had issues with Diddy treating artists like trash. And the mistake that he made was when Prince was having all the problems with Warner, at one point he put his trust in Jay-Z because he thought that Jay-Z had the interest of his artists at heart. So he worked up a deal with Tidal, a streaming service substantially owned by Jay's company, Roc Nation. But in 2016, the administration of Prince's estate authorized NPG Records to file a copyright lawsuit against Roc Nation for putting 15 Prince albums on Tidal. The lawsuit read that Tidal was only given an exclusive 90-day license for a newly recorded studio album, Hit and Run, and that Tidal had committed copyright infringement by putting 15 Prince albums up on the streaming service. The thing is, Tidal said they got a license both in writing and orally to be the first streaming outlet to distribute many of Prince's albums. But NPG, on the other hand, said that the agreement between Tidal and Prince and the equity term sheet was fabricated and backdated to appear authentic. They said that Prince certainly made a deal with Tidal for a recorded studio album titled Hit and Run, but NPG said there's no evidence that the agreement contemplated other works or that Prince was ever issued Tidal equity before the dispute arose, and Roc Nation ignored repeated requests to provide documentation or evidence of any oral and implied agreement granting such rights. Allegedly, these are just some of the things Prince used to tell his sister, and there have been reports claiming that before she died, Tika also had a few things to say about Diddy. And you know what's even more surprising? The fact that Prince also knew about the freak-offs Diddy was having and chose to stay as far away from him as possible. And I know that because Jason Lee said not so long ago that the first Diddy party he attended was at Prince's house. And the strange thing he realized was that no one was allowed to bring their own security to the party.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
I don't know what happened at the party, but it was also the last time Prince lent Diddy his home for a party. Maybe he saw the aftermath of what happened because he never attended the party himself and pretty much said that he would not enable such things. Then add how much he was vocal about artists being mistreated in the industry and how Diddy also did similar things to his artists. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if Tika also highlighted such things in light of Diddy's drama and cases. And it's sad that neither she nor her brother Prince are here today. But let me know what you think of the opinions they allegedly shared in the...
It's a lot. You know, a lot of that stuff I knew when they talked about Prince. You know, a lot of these videos I'll be checking out, it's like some of the clips be reused. That don't really bother me. Because I'm saying that don't bother me, but what it does is it'll help me, it'll send me on like this rabbit hole to investigate more. You know, I always say take the videos with a grain of salt, believe what you want to believe, but at the same time, it'd be a lot of truth in here. And a lot of this stuff be going back to Jay-Z, man. A lot of it. I told you, it's always weird when celebrities die a certain way, right? Ain't no hit by no car, ain't none of that. It's like always some type of pills or something like that, man. So, I mean, he could have confided in her, told her a lot. She could have seen a lot, you know. I'm pretty sure if she's a singer and she's Prince's sister, you know, the industry's probably like, we can, you know, try to get two of them. And, you know, maybe because I'm like, I never heard her voice. I think I never heard it. But it's like, why isn't she, you know, popular? Why didn't Prince put her on too? But again, appreciate you guys coming over and watching, man. Like, share, comment, and below. Peace out.